find out. We will find out. We should be hopping in just a few minutes. Vertigo's an interesting one, right? I feel like it has been good for Apeks in the past, but we're talking back on the Kixon lineup. And with Sense, it's been a bit more of a mixed bag. We are going to hop in game, so let's go ahead and do that. But, you know, even looking at Katowice, they had the win over Big, then they have the loss to Complexity. I think the pieces of a good Vertigo team are here. Knock, in particular, tends to be a bit of a menace towards ramp. So, let's see if they can get that going. It'll also be telling for, for both these teams. The map pool for the Major is going to be so important. That starts just next week. You want to not have any obvious vulnerabilities in the maps that you play. So a win here, really change other teams' calculation on how they veto against you. Jacob finds one. He is traded. Can't slip back into the sandbags. Bait on the bomb plant. Molotov to give them a little bit more cover. And here the bomb's going to go down. Bait is late, but it does strike. That's just a blind fire kill. Firing through the smoke, working out nicely here. A resmoke might buy them a bit of time, Alan, but this is getting a little touchy. And Davi G has not been able to leave. They call his bluff. They call him out. That's up to Stadodo and Adams to try and hold on to this. No kit means they need to get moving quickly, and they're not finding the kills they need. Can't get on the bomb. Have to do it. It's just going to be a full 10-second stick in the smoke. What is Sausalito holding for? Sausalito's stuck or lagged out.
He must have DC'd.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing.
I don't think they would have won it. I know it's slim consolation, but I don't think without a kit you were winning that. In the afterplant, presumably we're going to get a bit of a pause here. But yeah, for a brief moment, that was a 4-on-3. Movistar were out of position. Apeks had a smoke for the bomb. It's definitely CT-sided from there, but yeah, unknown what Akanito's disconnect had in there. Of course, damage was done in the round. There will not be a restore to the start of pistol, so that's online Counter-Strike. Part of the game. Thankfully, we play a lot of rounds over a best of 3, so all in all, best team should still win.
Right, what crazy thing does Mopaz do with a Mac-10 this round?
Where's his spawn? Let's have a look.
Call your shot now. We gotta fix the HUD, folks, so you'll have to look at our faces.
They love us.
They
love
love
they're
us.
Here.
Yeah,
Cool.
this is a treat for you folks. Just get to look at our shiny faces. Me, it's technically 10:30, but we just had daylight savings like yesterday, so I lost an hour of sleep. So, you know, it's a nice morning for me.
What's the expectation
I love
for these teams at the Major? Well, what are we thinking? Are we thinking just being there is already a good result, or is more expected?
I think for Apeks, they're pretty thrilled that they made it. Right? Like, that was the objective. They really weren't sure how quickly this team was going to come together, and they did it in pretty commanding fashion. Although their wins weren't against the toughest of competition at the RMR. They kind of got a fortunate run. But I think it's house money. I think it's house money for both rosters, right? You're pretty damn pleased with this from an org perspective that you got through to the Major. The question is, how deep can you take it? Making it through the first stage would be tremendous. You know, I mean, for Apeks, right? They had that playoff run. No one expected them to do anything in that one. So if I had to guess, it is that perspective of you're already playing with house money. You're happy that you got there. You've done the minimum objective of the org. And now from here on out, it's like, let's see what we could do with the opportunity. This is not a live round either.
No.
We're going to get a reset. What's happened this time? Who's DC'd? Sense? Looks like Sense. Yeah.
I hope, given the proximity to the Major, they're probably boot camping. I would have thought.
One would imagine. You could also have the philosophy of they've been boot camping and maybe they're taking a little bit of time home before they go to the event just to refresh. Some teams do that as well, which I think makes a lot of sense.
I would be stunned if Movistar wasn't, given they have a facility.
Hmm.
Well,
they're also
Valencia.
in.
I don't remember where it is actually. I think it's Valencia.
I don't know how long it takes train-wise. I actually don't know how good the trains are on the Iberian Peninsula, but it's a small enough region that you might even just be able to commute for some of it, depending on where you are.
It'd be the sort of thing where you drive down for a few days, I'd have thought. Stick around. Okay. Well, looks like we're underway again. It's just an eco anyway from Apeks, so don't get your hopes up too much for action. But I have seen a JChem Deagle before.
I have, yeah. He's kind of one of these interesting players, right? Where at this point he's such a veteran. He's been around for so long, and you still just have these crazy aim pop-offs for Jacob. Dude just keeps, you know, chugging along, making crazy rounds happen. Nice nades. Goodbye, sense. It's got to feel like a little bit of a directed insult, one would say. Here's Jacob with that D. Give him a chance. He's got a tag, but not catastrophic damage. Stico, though. Hold on. They're going into the stack. Even with these nades, it's getting expensive. It's getting costly. Jacob's still up. He found his.
Bombs up the top.
Oh, no.
They don't have bomb.
No. Uh-oh. You gotta be ready for Mobiles. Here's that play we were talking about, but now a rifle picked up. Sausalito needs this kill so they can focus back in towards the stairs. Now they're in a really tough spot. Yeah, the pinch is coming in. Sausalito not getting anything more out of this. Good effort. Decent damage. No round.
It's good restraint by Mopos not to commit to that duel to the death. Had he done so, you're right. They would have just focused the stairs and from there play a headshot angle behind default. Not the biggest deal. Lacking body armor, so... Still, though, very expensive. Brought the reserves down a little bit here for Movistar Koi. 3 Galils out, just the sole AK. Without a bomb plant on a round lost, they'd struggle in the next. They need some results here. Sense good spawn. Up by Crane. Flashes for himself. Good entry. Some information for his team. Perfect start.
Keep an eye on this mid fight. It's Adams up on Jacob. And there's nothing better than getting yourself back into the round by suddenly taking out the mid player and having free reign of the rotations. Nothing better to send a CT side into disarray.
Okay, so they just took some A info. Then they block B. Does Nico calls over his teammates. Check out the mini map. 2 on B now. And this feels prudent. There's no weak point anymore on the map. Yes, we've got Mopos working A. And actually, he's got so much space that I think he's calling his teammates over. He's saying, I haven't seen anybody.
He is indeed. It's a little bit of a false promise, and Sense actually does catch the edge of the smoke.
No way.
Yeah, there's a big old gap. He was revealed. Sense just had to take a little look. Ooh, might be pressing his luck too far here. He's indeed wanted the info. Wanted to see if that was just a lurk. But it should confirm it now. They work Sausalito in towards the sandbags. Adams will have to devote this Molotov or they're in trouble. And he's not doing it. Oh, no. Sausalito goes early. That's a mistake. That's a blunder. Didn't trust the timing. And now they're in trouble. There's no retake utility. There's no kits. I mean, this should have been a save. What a catastrophe.
That was a 5v3. That was a clean 5-on-3 for Apeks. The interplay between it was Kakanito behind sandbags and the other player on Crane. I can't believe Kakanito peaked.
Yeah, that's tough.
I guess he felt... you really are sacrificing the player on Crane. I think the player on Crane is going to die to the first man peaking, but... probably means the player sandbags is fully unchecked. It doesn't add up, does it? Doesn't... The player sandbags, I feel like, should never be first contact. And I don't know if there was a noise cue that made him peak, but...
I think maybe he was wary of the Molotov setting up. I mean, look, there's the classic move, which is where you peek out with 2 players with nades in hand as they're setting up their exec, and that's the perfect time for the sandbags peek. But whatever it was, clearly not the right moment. Movistar, I mean, good on them, right? Because they're playing the correct responsibility. Somebody's always got crosshair on there. You see a lot of teams make that mistake, not, you know, even if they're chucking the molly out, sort of overlook actually thinking about the player swinging. Not going to happen here. And that is a round that Movistar probably had no business being in.
Absolutely.
Not in the 5v3.
Absolutely. With the man advantage for Apeks, it's just play a crossfire and your odds of winning the round are sky high. What have we got then? It's just an eco. Bit of a half buy. Rifle for Stico. There's nobody here towards B to collect some lead off that rifle. And Movistar intent on just playing super slow. They're not really concerned here if they run into a lot of players. They've got so much util. They're almost certainly going to clear sandbags properly this time, and they do. And yeah, given that Apeks, it's just sense on location. There is a flank coming, but I don't think it's going to be here in time.
No, it doesn't. Well, double push.
Really?
Oh, they've got just. That's a rifle now dropped. He needed to get at least one there. So, we'll be able to trade it, but this is Stico with the rifle. If Stadodo's focus gets pulled away, they could be in a lot of trouble. The problem is the lack of util, because you can't threaten this planter. That's the problem. And now with the bomb ticking away, they don't have to face into the pistols. This should be a prime situation for Koi now.
With the bomb explosion, you can take a lot of people with you.
That's true.
They might.
And Stico's getting away with the rifle. Stico had no interest in facing the op. He's going to keep the rifle alive. I mean, there's something to this. Round certainly not in doubt. Do they just want to save the armor? That's the big question here. Jacob wants to see if he can get a gun. Yep. Oh, it gets blown towards him. Okay, so 2 rifles taken out, 3 sets of armor. That's not a bad eco for Apeks.
We need gun rounds, though. We need gun rounds. And as you kind of prefaced at the onset of this match, yeah, the game in the here and now obviously matters, but in the grander scheme of the next couple weeks for these teams, you need to have a provably good map pool. And equally, if you've got a weakness, you're advertising it to the world right now, aren't you? So Apeks need to clean up their act a little bit. They did have a 5-on-3 to kick off the last gun round, so it wasn't like a bad opening caused them problems. I was wondering if we had a stop call here, and I think this surely isn't live. It's not live.
Yeah. Hopefully whatever issues we're having here get resolved pretty quickly, but never fun.
Guessing sense.
Deal with frequent stop calls.
Given the mini-map.
There's no sense in it, is there?
No, sir. Let's gloss over that.
You didn't like that?
If you're trying to be British, that was pretty far out.
I don't know what I was trying to be. It's just kind of a voice. Oh, he's lost his sense then, has he? How's that?
It's like an accent that doesn't exist. You made a new one.
Hey, sometimes you got to get creative.
This would be the accent of like people when when we have our like moon colony.
Yeah,
like it develops its own dialect and accents. This will be it.
This is when they'll speak Esperanto.
Exactly. Oh,
we'll finally find a use for it.
Can you even imagine, Mike, if we all spoke Esperanto in Europe?
There's apparently a certain degree of people who actually do speak it natively, and the reason is because it's like a village in Uganda or something where some minister or missionary went and tried to basically like did human experimentation of trying to teach them all Esperanto to see what it would look like. And so like children grow up speaking Esperanto, which is of course super cruel because it's just a useless language, even though it's like theoretically logical.
Yes.
No one speaks it. It's like, there's a joke somewhere about, why don't you learn Esperanto? It's like, well, because then the only people I could talk to are the kind of people who learn Esperanto.
Yeah, makes the Dungeon and Dragons Club look cool. Oh god. I imagine some of our viewers are young enough, Mike. They don't even know what Esperanto is. They think he's just a CS player that wants to come back.
Yeah, true. Esperanto, if you're not familiar, is a made-up language. It was created, it was developed with the idea of being basically the most logical language. It's like a fully constructed language. It is pieces of Spanish, French, English, Latin, and it's all supposed to like be logical and make sense as a language set, as opposed to being how languages actually develop, which is their use. And the idea was all of Europe would learn Esperanto and then there'd be no more wars. But there's a war right now for the B site, and it's a war that Movistar Koi are winning. Esperanto, be damned. The bomb will go down. I think this is definitely, well, now it's definitely a safe call. As we just continue to see Movistar Koi successfully battling out for these sites. Sense wants to give this a look. If he gets the first kill, maybe he can justify going back in, but it's going to be really tough. Again, no mollies, no nades to really clear any of the easy positions out, and yeah, they'll have to back away. Apeks continue to be stymied on these rifle rounds. Movistar just successfully playing the trade game, successfully playing the site takes. They're really melting the defense here.
This one was different though, of course. First full gun round was actually Apex's to lose by a long shot. This time, Movistar just rock up to B, cleave an entry, explode in, util flying over the top, and Apeks just don't have enough numbers to mount a defense. They can't establish good util down themselves, get rotating. There was never any opportunity for that, so that was a bit of a bulldozer out from Koi. This is looking like a good T-side. Some money in the bank. It is another buy for Apeks, but they're running out of scope here. MR12, remember. Got a lot of time to recover these halves. It's got to be said, Adams is off to a blinder at the moment. 8-1.
Really is. Finding a lot of those on first contact as well. It's not bad. Not bad at all. He's holding in for the mid lurk this time. Just patient, making sure no aggression comes through. And that seems to be the plan for Movistar Koi in this initial one. Just make sure no aggression comes through. You know, you're starting to put Apeks into a position where they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the pressure. They're starting to get a little desperate to put that first round on the board. Let's see, keep them from doing anything too interesting. And now as we hit a minute, we should start to see Movistar Koi attempt to show us what they actually want to do in this one.
It is slow, but Apeks running out of util. Sense is taking a big risk.
It's an interesting angle. Does he have a bailout from a flash?
Jacob has a flash, but deploying that before he's in a gunfight.
The problem is as well, they don't know if Mopaz is up the side hall here, which is of course what he's attempting to do. Meanwhile, the hit comes in on the other side of the map, so Sense gets collected. Now they're not going to be able to rotate these A players off. They haven't seen the players towards B steps yet. Mopaz dead might mean that they figure this out quicker. Oh, the smoke pop. That's nice. 1 for 1, but a bit of damage on top of it. Still, they can't prevent this bomb from going down is the problem. It'll be a brawl for the round, and Sausalito wins the first bout. Bomb ticking away. That is an asset found. Nade to make them uncomfortable, to whittle some more health off the clock. Stadodo's got the big gun. Let's see if he can deliver. There's the first found. Chance for another shot. Now he's just perching upon the bomb itself, but God, he's hitting. And an op-on-op dual knock. Has to take the initiative, has to take the fight, and Stadodo with the reposition. Knock knows he's here, but he's running out of time to make this happen. He's gonna risk the bomb tap. And he's backing away. Doesn't have the kit, doesn't have the round. Movistar Koi have done it again.
It's the mid-rounding, isn't it? Mid-rounding. Apeks. Sense, I guess, really felt he had control there. But he's playing a cheeky angle. Could call to his teammates that I've got A, you don't need to worry. He gets picked by Mopaz. And just as you said, that brief second where it goes from being 2B to just the sole player on his own, I think it was Stiko. he just gets overwhelmed. And even after some nice frags from Apeks, they're just always playing from a deficit. I'm not surprised the timeout is through, because they will feel like they never had a chance in that round. They had full A control. At least everyone apart from Sense will just feel like what went wrong. We were in command. The Movistar were doing nothing until 50 seconds left on the clock, and still we get blindsided.
Haven't been able to get knock activated at all. I mean, that last round he's just forced into saving by the lack of a kit. But he's such a key piece for them. And he's just finding nothing on that op. He's setting up util for his riflers to fight ramp.
Watch Jacob. Just push mid. There's nobody here for the T side. He's got a lot of space into his ladder.
This is the one round, right, where Adams hasn't been holding it. They've had presence there in so many moments, and now they're just trusting it. And Jacob, oh my goodness. He's gonna try and pinch on Mopaz. Yeah, I have the clear out on it. Is Mopaz in the smoke? Okay. Sense eventually checks it. Jacob saying, hey, there's literally one spot he can be in. Just spam. But here comes the B hit. Jacob's got to get a move on this flank. They don't know he's here just yet. And Stiko has now rejected the first two through. Jacob comes through for the flank. And there we go. Apeks get a little bit more dynamic. Jacob makes a play. And, I mean, look, he only gets 2 of those kills. But realistically, all 5 of them come from the information he finds.
It's also he can tell his teammates can't he, like, block with nades. I'm coming. So there's just no window for Movistar. Had Stiko not have put his smoke down on B, they probably would have run up the stairs and killed him. That information. Real handy. Looks like JK just ran the same sort of play
he tried again. Adam's like, my bad, bro. Should have stayed here.
That's so audacious. Come on.
I appreciate it,
bro. It's also,
I mean, he might also be making the judgment call that because they killed the ramp rotator, Movistar might not have realized that ladder was how he got down. But they're pretty wily cats.
I don't think it's that coordinated. You need a good spawn to do that, so I think he just got another good spawn and went for it. Now we're here.
Oh, Sasanito. How's he alive? How's he alive? Got one for his efforts, though. And now Mopaz takes the space. Sasanito is away. And Stiko's here on the flank. Okay, this is the B push this time then? Or did he just go back down the ladder? Alan, what's happening?
I don't know. These players are sandwiched.
Oh,
there goes Adams.
It's working too. Knock found the B-lurk. It's just one man. It's stadodo. And he's not going to get onto the bomb. Knock was quick on the rotate.
Stiko, there was a B player the whole time for Movistar. Unless they traded places in a smoke.
It has to have been ladder again.
But Stiko's the B player. So why wasn't... I don't understand. I don't think Movistar understands. Okay. Well. Couple good rounds from Apeks. Lack of plants for Movistar Koi. And they've earned themselves an anti-eco round. So... maybe there is still scope to make this half compelling. 4 players here towards A from Movistar. They're just going to sprint their way up. Try and isolate somebody. Kakanito's way out in the open. I'm not surprised he's gone down. Sense needs to be careful. 51 HP and he needs to keep these rifles alive.
And once again, disaster strikes. Apeks. Okay. Extra rifle loss. That's not ideal, but there's money enough. There's plenty of money. But still, you know, we've now had 3 rounds in a row where the flank is what costs Koi. So how do they adjust to this? They did the change up of keeping Adams in towards mid. That worked. Except then Stiko came through as well. So we're going to see another, you know, just minute of defaulting, making sure they can't push anything. I'd imagine that could be a solution.
They might go back to a B heavy round. That one was a clinic from Koi. What they don't want to do is default heavily out towards A, get stalled, and then flanked again. I don't think they're going to let that happen. I think they should take mid. They haven't taken mid much this half. Take mid, and Apeks get a lot more uncomfortable. And as much as these pushes have looked good the last few rounds, if Apeks get over eager on their flanks, they will get caught. So I'd like to see some map control removed from the hands of Apeks and then made more uncomfortable. Notice also how much more Apeks have started saving their nades as this half develops. The start of the half, they were dumping all their util to fight for ramp. And I think they've realized that Movistar have no intention of taking fast control a lot. At least without making a lot of noise.
Ooh, Sense getting frisky. Right as they're coming through, too. Flashbang dodge, he turns, gets one! Still something out of a tough position, but that's information now. Initial ramp space is lost. 30 seconds. They're going to have to commit to this. The bomb's fully committed as well. They've given up B control. They've given up mid control. There's no second element here from Movistar Koi, and you can see Apeks have the hedge right now. They're not overcommitting to the fight, but they've also got 3 players very close at hand, so they are fully prepared for this A take. 15
they
seconds.
Can play
they
behind
have
these
to go.
smokes. They've got so much util to put on this plant spot. I'm not sure Movistar gets the plant here. 9 seconds? Is there even a gap to do it?
They got to do it now. They've got it. They've got it. Oh, just 1 second to spare, but they won't be able to survive afterwards. 2 players sprayed down through the smoke, and now holding on to this is going to be a nightmare. There's smokes to get on that defuse. Just is going to play on the bomb spot. He's going to play the risky element. They're not spamming it out. He's knifing. Oh, boy, how's he alive? Not for long.
That was good. That was the best round yet for Apeks. Well orchestrated, never out of position, had so much util for the retake. They didn't, you know, a lot of teams get angsty to fight. They see those smokes come in behind default and one player tries to run in front. They knew what they were doing. They knew they had the util to play it slower. And yeah, that was just on a knife edge the whole time for Movistar. One mistake and they were dead. So that's more like it. That's more like it, and Apeks are doing a lot better now.
Now, yeah, 4 rounds in a row for Apeks. There was even that round, the 5v3, that they probably should have won. It's starting to look very good. And one of the difference makers has been Knock. Oh, no. Call his name, and insta dies. Here's the faster play. You talked about it. Apeks have been getting a lot stingier with their nades. Well, now the fast hitter comes through, and maybe they're wishing they'd thrown it a little bit earlier. That's the bomb spotted, confirmed. Oh, hell of a fight here, but Sausalito is up for the occasion. Oh, and he'll go back for a third. He just keeps diving in. Double dipping, looking for more chips. WG, picked up. Too many crosshairs for him to contend with. It's just one man. A MAC-10 in hand, and a flank that'll put him into the dirt.
He's an explosive player, isn't he, Kakanito? Can be to his detriment at times, but when he is on it, take scalps for breakfast. Beautiful. Well, 5 on the trot for Apeks. I mean, we're asking a lot of questions. 0-6 down. Movistar has so much cash. Mistakes galore for Apeks. This has changed the complexion quite a lot. We should not be disappointed. Even if Movistar make it up to 7, it's going to be quite a recovery. But I think on the flip side, the Iberian team, you've had a lot of rounds slip towards the end of this half. You're in such a strong position. What's the move this time? Early default towards A. There's 4 players here. Are they going to go? Hakanita's going to swing first. There's so many in the vicinity. Oh, the spam. That is brutal. What do you do now if you're Movistar? The game's up. They know you're here.
And you got to be aware that flank could be coming. It's been such a problem for them, right? Stico's just waiting, just itching for that extra level of commit. Stadodo does find Sausanito. Stico's starting to get active here, starting to push that flank. He's being held for the moment. Sense down.
Why is Sense pushing when he's got his teammate flanking?
It's been some issues for them.
They're not on the same page always here. Even Kakanito fighting aggressively. Player down in the open, JChem's alone. Why are we taking individual fights? This round has crumbled.
I mean, Stico, as he creeps closer, it's just being held. As I say that, though, just does pull off. Stico's waiting, stalling this. They think it might be coming back the other way. They shouldn't think that. Nox trying to clear out mid. They have to know. But nobody's backed off of this. Molotov will stall it. This allows Stico to get active. They pulled off the angle. Just is looking at it from the ramp, but this is a viable fight for Stico now. Nade on. Good damage. They're going to get low. Things are going to get weird. Stico has to move. He knows it. This is his moment to find some space. Nox can't really operate unless Stico thins the herd, and Stico can't do it. So it's all on the Opper. A smoke at least to try a frisky defuse, but too many guns pointed his way, and Mopaz will land the shot to give Movistar the lead to the break. Hello, folks. We're back in. And this has turned into a tight race. Movistar put on 6 rounds uncontested before Apeks screamed back in with 5 of their own. And so we have got a Vertigo on our hands.
Adam's given us smoke. In case a molly went on to sandbags. I'm disappointed we don't get to see that deployed. And I think Movistar are about to be disappointed because they have one player on the B half of the map. And he's here.
Yeah, very passively too. No smokes, no flashes to slow it down. Gonna need some support real quick because this is a full-on retake.
You
They're not
plan for
going
this,
for the
though.
flank either.
You plan for this scenario. They will know how to use these nades for the retake.
HE's too late in to get the default player. Does tag up Stico, but certainly won't push him off the plant. Bomb's ticking away. No kit either. This is tough. No flank, no kit. They've just got a brawl. And Nock finds first blood. It's not going well for them. Tags on. They're getting torn apart. Meanwhile, Sense ticks ever closer here and towards mid. He's got the final blow. Just never really got their teeth into that one.
No, they had flashbangs, but it didn't help them gain any ground, did it? They smoked the bomb, I think. Just wondering if there was a better play smoke they could have done. Fundamentally, they never got out of the choke point. I'm not sure anything.
Yeah, I think that the plan is probably you get enough kills in the first contact that then maybe they play towards stairs, and that's what you use the smoke to block off. But you never get past that first test, right? I thought Mopaw's got the TK there for a moment, but no. Sausanito collects both. That's some nice money made. That is the first thrust here. Jacob in trouble, but it's just a MAC-10 lost, and now they've got them corralled in. There's no cause for concern. WG with a MAC-10 unarmored. Can't get anything done. Comfortable, clean second round there from Apeks. We are all knotted up. The money's flowing for Apeks. It's a great start to this T side.
0-6 down to start this map. Now it's all square. Got a game on our hands. And statistically, going off the veto, going off, we know of these teams in the last few months, you would have said that this is, by a long shot, Koi's best chance to emerge victorious on a map. They can't lose this. They'd be in real trouble for map number 2. And certainly some important gun rounds to follow. What do we have from Movistar? Bit of a 2-1-2. Lots of mid-pressure out from Kakanito. Somehow just gets a kill. Where has that been found?
Middle? B steps? B steps.
Am I going mad?
Where was Sense?
Yeah, I think you're right. It kind of looked like it was A on the mini-map, but I think that's just the mini-map confusing me.
That is the mini-map. Does get a little confusing with the jump between them. But yes, it is Sense somewhere down by the B steps. I think that was just straight spam. Davi will collect another straight spam. This is working out very nicely now for Movistar. They've been studying their sight lines. And there's no better way to get a defense than not even having to see the opponent.
We need a very clean... We need a clean opener here from Apeks.
Problem is with the numbers up now, Mopaz is going to play bait back by quad. They haven't revealed it off the utility. They're out of Molotovs here, so there will be no molly for quad. So Mopaz's position will go uncleared, go unchecked. Now they need to look at it. Stico's already gone past him. Stico has found a little bit of... this is a weird spot for Stico to be in, but he can't get the kill. Can't capitalize. That would have been huge. That would have opened things back up. Instead now, I mean, Bomb's still down back in towards Z. They've lost Nog. They're just doing their own thing. It's complete collapse. And at this point, Sausanito probably just wants to die. And die he will.
Well, that was flat. Weren't on board for the opening picks. I'm guessing you're right. It was just a straight up spam duel through that B smoke. Or a smoke on the B stairs. Either way, that's kind of what Movistar needed. No AWP recovered for Stadodo. They'll be on the rifles again. And now he's... Look at the cash reserves for Apeks. They're gone. The util is a little bit lacking here, so by the time they finish their default, especially if they're using smokes towards A to get off the ramp, they're not going to have a great deal left. You can see what this is doing. It's let... Adam's here has got down and into yellow. There's barely any util to force him back from this T side. A lot of information here for Movistar.
Okay, there we go. Just isolated out. Caught. Didn't have anything to bail him out. The flash didn't come in time. Now they're in big trouble. Mopo's down. So far, the kills exchange evenly, and that's a big move from stadodo. Couldn't fall back. He's lost his teammates in towards mid. Sausalito now puts him in a nightmare position. There's just no winning for stadodo. No safe ground. No round.
Kakanita got a monster 2k there in mid. We weren't, obviously, we were on the B action. But after stadodo started getting the cleanups, that was swinging the way of Movistar.
I do wonder whether Movistar panic rotated too quick. They knew stadodo was in a tough spot. I wonder whether it was knife out. They weren't anticipating the mid play. I mean, you have to be aware, right, for a Vertigo, but clearly whatever Sausalito did worked.
I think he just absolutely railed them. That's what it looked like on the mini-map.
Also, something he's been known to do. I mean, the scoreline tells a bit of a story here. Sense now, getting aggressive. Love this. Space Taker. And that means the ramp players are in trouble. stadodo's trying to get out of there. DaViG's got nades skipping between his eyes. Oh, they gotta clear this. Someone's gotta check. This is the mortal sin of so many teams. Get a little overeager. Try and fight past the sandbags without taking your time to clear. And we got a round. We had a round. stadodo, that was their molly. Their molly's gone. They can't deny plant. That is such a problem now for Movistar. What a nade. Stico. That's a baller move. That's a baller move. They're going to save.
Like a homing missile. My God.
That, I mean, you talk about the value out of utility. That is a round one. A retake prevented off of 1 HE. Perfectly placed.
It's beautiful. What a change in pace from Apeks. Sens must have a hell of an A spawn. Ran the whole way up.
I love how fearless he is, right? I mean, again, young player, a guy who... look, it's a rare kind of player who's just very selfless on what they'll do, and that's what Sense is doing here. He's space taking. I mean, he's the one calling, right? But it's in the vein of like a Kerrigan. Sort of the classic call and then immediately be willing to throw your body at it to set up your teammates to trade. And that's a rare thing to see for a young player. A young guy who his position in the team is far from confirmed, far from secure, right? You know, you could see a lot of players try and set themselves up for stats here. And he just, there's no fear. There's no hesitation. Straight into the fray.
That's what you need. Nobody's more important than the team.
I'm really starting to, you know, having talked to this guy at a couple of events in Atlanta and Cato, seeing him step into a role as a young player, as a new guy, taking up difficult positions, playing for the team, starting to really develop an admiration to the approach to the game. They found the light sight. It's just the USPs here. The rifles will rotate in, but if they hit fast enough, that won't matter. A boost up. Cheeky boost up. Okay, hold on. We got a round. And now the guns are here. Still gonna be a tough fight. Smokes can isolate out these guns, prevent them from denying the plant, and there's not utility to stick around on this, so yeah, Movistar might be interested in getting out of here. Oh no, that was a little early. Tried to go ahead of the smoke. Jacob gets caught. Extra gun game. They're gonna try this. But losing the bodies, it's just not gonna happen. stadodo unarmored, really giving this a look. Can't expect that he's gonna get this bomb defused. So he's just trying to hunt up the kills. But they're not giving him the fight he craves. There's just no time on this. Knock with the uppercut. Has the kill, has the round. And Alan, Apeks, they're steaming towards this finish.
They've barely put a foot wrong since the middle of that first half. That round got a little bit dicey, let's be honest. The boost was nice from Koi. Very awkward as the bomb was going down, but Apeks in the T side, they can brunt it a bit better. Second pause in from Koi, and we mentioned this. If they lose Vertigo, Ancient has always been Apex's home map. They picked it into many an elite level team over the past year or so. They need to recover this. And given the other teams in this qualifier, Of course, these teams will be playing another match today. I'm not sure exactly who they'll face off against, but the likelihood is it's not going to be an easy match.
No. It's 10 of the last 12 rounds, too. Going back to the previous half, right?
Yes.
You talk about momentum. Round wins have been few and far between here for Movistar. Got to start getting nervous. And look at this. Look at what Apeks is calling. Another A ramp hit. It's another light hold for Movistar early. Adams, good swing. Catches Sense. He's got a feeling for his timing now, and Sense was much up ahead of his teammates. Once again, trying to be the tip of that spear, but this time, the tip breaks off. Still on the smoke fade. If Jacob can get this kill, it's game back on. He can't. Adams holding the line. Stepping back up, delivering for the team. And a 5v3 now found. That might just have been enough. Oh no. Nade out. Walking into the side hall. Oh, that's the kind of mistake that'll leave you with a bitter taste in the mouth, even with all the good work he's already done.
I'm watching Stiko. Stiko's the player that can win this round for Apeks.
Oh, he's walking up to B. Perfect time. Is the bomb committed yet? No, it's not. They're calling it back. Nox calling it back around. Sasanita's going to try and make some noise here on A. Hold the rotations. He's found a lot of space.
No
he can just
way.
leave the side hall players. This is getting real weird. They don't know he's here. If he's just patient, they're rotating back around. Oh, no. Oh, no. They have no idea. Now it's just chaos on the site. At least he's traded out, but they're wondering what the heck? Why is he here? What's happening? But Stiko is lost. They lose the B space. And stadodo will win it.
I'm not
weird
sure.
round.
I'm not sure they'll even realize what they've just survived on Koi's side. That was perilous. I'm surprised Stiko lost the duel on B. I don't think the CT player knew he was there. We even had an inkling. I think so we weren't on board, but I really think Stiko will be kicking himself. Well, I think a bit of fortune there for Movistar. That was a round a lot of teams would have lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I somehow doubt their pause was discussing how to deal with two flanking players at the same time in behind.
Hmm. Strange one, to say the least.
Changed the face of the game, though. Apeks without a plant. Can't buy here. They're on a half buy. Movistar finally have a chance to actually bank a bit of cash on their CT side. Good triple spray down.
That's nice. That could have been a really risky fight up against Deegs. They're almost out of nades. There's 8 cheese left.
They'll be okay.
Should be.
How does
look at the
Apeks
space?
plant? Is the
If they
you gotta
kill
ask.
the side hall player on a Deagle peak, here towards B, it's not going to happen. Right? They picked wrong. But if they had gotten the quick shot on towards it's stadodo holding, it's not impossible. Not likely, but not impossible. Oh my goodness, knock. There's one. Quad player guaranteed that wasn't going to happen. Couple kills, but no more.
Game on. Bit more lively now from Movistar. Great spawn for Kakanito. Could go fast up A. Let's see. There you have it.
There you have it. Pull down, bulldozer, kick down the door, knock into the site. I mean, for Movistar already, this is possibly a save call.
They've got
We've seen them load to give it up, but you're just running out of rounds to gamble these rifles. And yeah, as the bomb makes its way in, as you see these players withdrawing, this is going to be Apeks back into the lead. Unless Mopaz. Mopaz wants to give this a look. One last nade. Yeah, what does that get you?
They need these guns. They really need these guns. Save these and it's 4 rifles in the following. Maybe you can keep Apeks off map point 2.
They found the player CT. That conservative a hold, they have to know that this is a bailout. They're hunting though. They want to find Stadodo. He's the big piece. If they can take the op off the board.
Money isn't amazing for Apeks. They can't afford to just throw men into the fray. If they're going to hunt this, they've got to do it as a team.
Has to be the motion, but for the moment, they'll allow the guns to slip into the next round. All 8 remaining players survive. Last timeout going to be deployed here by Movistar Koi.
They need a discussion of how to deal with these fast A-hits off the players with good spawns for Apeks. We've seen Sense do it a few times. Fast up yellow in towards the side halls. Of course, Kakanito there, straight up ramp. Is it more util? Is it Stadodo on that side? Is it giving ramp early, playing off sound? More passive positions. There's a lot of options here. The one thing they can't do anymore is get caught out alone in the open, because that has caused a lot of problems. And I'm sure their timeout here has been a similar discussion to that. What do we change? Because we can't let Apeks keep getting early entries on ramp. That is not tenable.
No, certainly not.
Kakanito? He's pushed mid. It's behind A.
Oh my goodness. He's got a ton of space. Stiko's here as well, now following him up, waiting to catch the rotator to even hide this. Assassinito just gets those 2. Oh, it's disaster on. It's disaster on. They catch the B rotator. You never expected another player in mid. Oh boy. Just a matter of time for Adams. He knows. He's stuck on an island straight into death, and even the last one found. It's a clean round. One hell of a push. One hell of a timing. Movistar trying to adjust, but they leave a glaring weak point, like a Zelda boss fight, just a glowing red eye, and Assassinito hits the bullseye.
I'm guessing Apeks heard it was 2B. They heard a lot of noise on A. And Kakanito just read the situation, said mid has to be less defended. They've loaded up A to try and slow our fast hits. What a push. And look what it's done to the Movistar economy. You are not going to get a better chance than this to win your opponent's map pick if you're Apeks. This is golden.
Assassinito back in mid. This time he's not going for it. But he's anticipating, right? They might try and patch the weakness. Maybe push in. Maybe give him an opportunity off of this. So trying to read the counter punches here from Movistar. Movi, though, they've got to be petrified to set a foot wrong in this one. Here comes the look. Here comes the chance. This is what Assassinito's been waiting for. There's the swing out. Oh, not the kill confirmed. Well done from Mopaz. That was a must-win fight. And they'll send Sense in to patch the hole in towards mid. He might take the space back up as well. This is the problem for Movi. Sometimes they get a kill and they leave the gap. And here's the gap. Stiko. Dinked up just by the SMG. But Jacobs found a kill over towards A. Now Jacobs found the space. The bomb can be regained. They can head this direction. Little trouble here for Jacob to hold the line. But smoke's now starting to come in. He can feel a little more comfortable with it. The bomb will come to join them. His teammates as well. And if they just play man advantage into this retake, it would be very tough to do anything about it. Stadodo getting desperate. There's no nades. There's no kit. It's just gotta be the might of these 2 players. And somehow, some way, Just is making this happen. One more needed. A clutch up against the young gun, the young leader of this team. Sense in the duel knows he has the bomb to play off of. The fight's coming towards him, and Sense will win it. 13-10. Apeks snatch their opponent's map pick, take Vertigo. And I mean, this was a very good Vertigo as well, right? There were man advantages lost. There were pistol rounds lost. This was far from perfect for Apeks, but it felt like particularly in that second half, they were